What's going on, everybody? My name is Matt and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at some NFTs that I think are going to perform extremely well throughout the year of 2022. Some of these are already out, some of these have not been minted yet, but by the time you're watching this video, maybe they'll all be out. Hard to say, but if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So the first project we're going to look at here is something called Squiggles. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I think this is one of the largest crypto projects in history. They have only 118,000 followers. I say only, that's still an awful lot, but what's amazing about this particular group of 118,000 followers is that they are ridiculously active, and you guys can see that basically just getting on this whitelist is virtually like winning a lottery ticket. There are people who literally sit in their Discord all day trying to, by any and all means possible, get on the whitelist, and every single time the word whitelist comes up for Squiggles, it is mentioned here on their Twitter, and it gets literally thousands of likes. And again, very simple, minimalistic kind of style, that 3D sort of look, which has been getting very popular recently for whatever reason, and these guys seem to be capitalizing on that 3D style, getting again well over 6 figures in terms of followers, and of course the engagement is just incredible. It's made by this guy here, 307, who has a lot of Twitter clout, to say the least, and seems to be pioneering in the space. Now, the second project here is called Dape. Now, this reminds me very much of the Hape Beast gang, which are sitting at a very high floor price of around 6 Ethereum at least right now, probably 7 on OpenSea. So it reminds me an awful lot of Hape Beast gang, but very much going with that whole Hype Beast kind of style again. Similar aesthetic, 3D sort of style, that kind of character, that 3D animated kind of look. And again, they seem to have a ridiculous amount of Twitter engagement. It looks as if their Discord is performing extremely well. And again, just another project that getting on merely the whitelist floor is probably an instant profit. Now, before we go any further, guys, if you guys like to get access to every single NFT I buy or sell ever, make sure to check out my Patreon, guys, down below in the description. There are so many awesome things going on over there, including my private Discord server, tons of whitelist related things, and of course my NFT watch list, so you guys know exactly what NFTs I am looking at potentially minting, and every time I do mint an NFT or sell an NFT, you guys will see it in the alerts. So tons of awesome stuff over there, and to be honest with you guys, I think it's a steal for only $10 a month. Now, the next project here is called Hype Bears, and again, it's really following a very similar approach to the two previous projects, but for some reason, man, these 3D, very plain yet stylish sort of characters seem to be getting a ton of attention over on Twitter. They are created here by JPEG Enthusiast, who does seem to be making 7 figures from NFTs, so definitely has some level of accomplishment there. 160,000 followers, and once again, in another position where if you were to get on their whitelist, you've probably got thousands of dollars in profit just sitting there. They're launching early February, so you got a little bit of time, and if you're watching this video after the launch, let me know down below in the comments how much they're going for, because I imagine, I would guess at least, and maybe people in the future could tell me if I'm right or wrong, I would guess these will go for a floor of at least 3 or 4 Ethereum, just because of the amount of hype behind this. You guys see this one has 18,000 likes, and to be honest, I don't need to look at this and hyper scrutinize whether or not I love the way these bears look. Doesn't matter. Something like this has the credibility, the social media clout that it instantly pushes a project like this into the profit. Now, if they are already launched, would I say this is perhaps worth spending 3 or 4 Ethereum on? Hard to say, because going from 3 Ethereum to 10 Ethereum is no easy feat, but it is possible, has been done, and I'm sure one of these projects I mentioned will be worth buying on a secondary market afterwards, if you can afford it. Of course, most people can't, but if you can, they might be worth buying on a secondary afterwards. Now, the next project here is something that has already released, and this is just generally the Sandbox. Now, the Sandbox is a little bit cheaper to enter than Decentraland. Decentraland is going for 4.5 Ethereum, I think, and Sandbox here is going for 3.5 Ethereum. So there definitely is some way to enter the Sandbox if you wanted to. But what I like about it, of course, is the fact that, again, the price over the past week or so for the actual coin, Sand, is down like 35%. So it's very easy if you wanted to try to enter this ecosystem ecosystem, you would be able to do this a little bit easier than during a bull run. Obviously, as the token is performing better, I am sure that the Sandbox NFTs will also start to do better. So this might be a good time while Ethereum is cheap to snag up some of this Sandbox land, because once the metaverse has another run, which I am sure it will, once it does have another run, I believe that the Sandbox will start to appreciate in value over time. And there's still a crazy amount of activity in terms of the amount of Ethereum that has been traded, still a crazy amount of people who own these items and amount of owners. So over time, as metaverse stuff starts to heat up, I believe that the Sandbox will overall be a safe and probably profitable investment within the next couple of years. Now, the next project here has also already been released, but this is a Decentraland wearable. This is the Bored Ape Yacht Club hoodie, which I have been thinking about perhaps picking up. I haven't picked one up yet, but stuff like this, I could very well see doing well. There are 650,000 items that are wearables for Decentraland, so it's hard to say which ones will perform better, but anything related to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, I would think will hold its value over time. But there are tons of different items that are available here on Decentraland, and I could probably sort, if I wanted to, by recently sold and give you guys probably a better variety. But a lot of cool items here, some of which will probably be worth nothing. In fact, a lot of them will probably be worth nothing. But I definitely do think if you make a smart, intelligent pick right now, you could very well secure yourself something that may be desirable in the future on Decentraland as it gets more players, as more people start using it. Take a look at something, say, like this, I don't know, Shiba Inu head. I could very well see something simple like this appreciating in the future. So definitely do your homework on Decentraland wearables, as I know some of these will make you a boatload of money. Some won't, but I think some will. Now, the next project here has not been minted yet, and I talked about this in a couple recent videos, but this is Imaginary Ones. I could see these guys doing extremely well. Again, similar thing, over 100,000 followers, ridiculous, redonkulous, unprecedented engagement on their tweets, and this is one of those other projects that is following that very simple, minimalistic 3D kind of look, and once again, getting on a whitelist for something like this would be huge. You don't need to know a ton about this. Again, when you check their website, very simple, imaginary ones created in the metaverse, and there's basically nothing going on here. Not a lot of information, but something like this I absolutely would say will be worth minting if you somehow got on the whitelist. And if you tried to get on the whitelist for every project I mentioned in this video, spent maybe a few hours a day working on it, I would say you might get lucky and be able to get at least one of those whitelists, which in that case would be a few $1,000s you didn't have before. So some of these projects, again, like I said, imaginary ones, Dape, Hype Bears, some of these I definitely could say will be almost guaranteed profit. And very rarely do you see that with NFTs. That doesn't happen often, but very few projects like this could you say are guaranteed profit. Now, the next project here is actually on Solana and has already minted. This is the Sweets. They minted for, I think, 1 Solana or 2 Solana, and right now they're going for a floor of 16 Solana, which is just incredible. On Magic Eden, they might be going for a little less, but regardless, they have pretty much held their value, and they do seem to be quite well progressed here in terms of the amount of effort they have put in and the amount that they have sort of accomplished. Again, a very, very large team of people who are involved in this, and ultimately it seems to be one of the much better Solana metaverse projects out there. So, if Solana is able to really take this to the next level, if the Sweets continue to develop and make themselves a desirable product, I could see these appreciating to 100 Sol one day. Again, it's hard to say when, but I very well could see that happening. And the next project here is something called Desolates Metaverse. Now, this is one of my biggest regrets not getting on Mint, and I probably will still be picking one of these up either tonight or very soon, because I believe in something like this for the long run. So Desolates is one of the very few functional metaverse projects already that is available here on Solana. So you could see the planet if you wanted to. You could check an example planet, and it works. I mean, it is legit. The frame rate is not particularly great, but overall, it is legit. This stuff works. And, really, if you're someone who was addicted to Minecraft 10 years ago, you might take an interest in something like Desolates, and that is why I think over time, these will appreciate as so many other metaverse projects fail. I would say Desolates, having already been developed, actually being out there, will probably succeed. So with that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy. Again, check out the Patreon down below. It is an awesome, awesome spot. So many people have been giving me great reviews about it, and I truly do think you guys will enjoy it over there. Thank you as always. My name is Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.